Hey guys, this is Kim, welcome back to Fable Stand, and it's almost Halloween, so I thought I would do something spooky. I actually did this last year on my channel. It's the, I forgot the exact tag or the challenge tag that I made, but it's basically, this is the end, the tarot zombie apocalypse story challenge. So the idea is you would take a tarot deck, or it could be an oracle deck, whatever you want, but for me, I will be using the zombie tarot, because, you know, zombie apocalypse. And then you would use this spread that I made. It's called This Is the End, and it's sort of inspired and based on the Freytag story model. You know, like the story model with like the little triangle, you have like the inciting incident, you have the climax, and then you have the rising action, all that jazz. So that spread is based on that, but you don't have to worry too much about that, because I already made the spread. I'll just post it in the description box, and I'll just link you to the spread so you can just look at it. Basically, so you use a spread, right? You use a spread to figure out what your story is, what's gonna happen if you one day wake up in a zombie apocalypse. How would your story begin? What would you do? What is your climax? What is the high point of your story? And how does your story end? So it's gonna be really fun. It's like a fun, creative storytelling tarot activity to get into the mood of Halloween. And I remember last year when I did this, I died immediately on the first card. And then, I think I was trying to eat this man who was holed up in his home, but I was like too weak, but I ended up being like this zombie activist who ended up like you know, just advocating for zombie rights, because we have feelings too, you know? So it was kind of like interesting, but rather like unepic and uneventful. There was no like massive slaughter or like epic to the death fights. I mean, I was already dead by the first card. So really excited to see what's gonna happen this year. And yeah, let's start. I'll just quickly run through, you know, the 5 different spread positions. If you want to take a look, you can just look at the description box. So the first card is The End Is Here, what happens on your first day in the zombie apocalypse. And then we're going to draw another card for the immediate challenge. What stops you from getting what you want in the zombie world? So this card would tell you what you want to accomplish, and also what's kind of like, what's your conflict, you know, in the story. The third card is your darkest moment. This is when some ultimate shit goes down, kind of like the climax of the story. And then we got your path to light, kind of like the falling action. How do you rise after you fall? How do you triumph? And then we got the end is also the beginning, which is the last card, and the question is, what is your ultimate fate? Stay alive, like still alive, or still human? So this is how your story ends. So I'm going to take out my zombie tarot, and then we shall see what happens to me this year, because last year it was rather interesting. Let me just check if this is properly shuffled. And I'm just gonna have like the guidebook on the side, because sometimes I don't exactly remember what the suits are, because I know like the suits in this deck are actually sort of reinterpreted. Like instead of pentacles, I think it's hazards. Actually, I think that's the only suit that's been renamed. Yeah, just the pentacles. Okay, so I guess the rest is fine. Alright, so start kicking off the story. How does my zombie story begin? What happens? What was the question? On my first day of this zombie apocalypse. But honestly though, I'm just terrified of zombies ever since I watched Walking Dead. Every time I have a nightmare and my dream is sort of like representative of my stress or my fear surfacing, it's always in the form of zombies, and I'm just like, oh, they're just so gross. Like, I mean, like, they don't seem as harmful as some of the other monsters that are out there, but just the fact of being eaten alive by these like rotting bodies, I don't know, it just gives me the creeps. Okay, so what is the beginning of my zombie apocalypse story? We'll see. Ah! I got 2 up swords. Nice! I think this time I finally have a weapon. Okay, so having lived through a rather uneventful and very quick death in my previous incarnation in the zombie apocalypse story, this time, coupled with my personal development and cultivation of power throughout the year, I'm a more confident person, I'm a more capable and competent person, so I think I'm off to a great start. So 2 of swords. I think the fact that I'm holding 2 weapons, you know, shows me that, okay, I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. I totally saw that coming, but I might be really conflicted about where I want to go, what I want to do, and I have a feeling that I think all my family is dead, so somebody has to die. Always has to die on the first card. So I survived. I'm surviving so far, and I'm armed with the necessary weapons and all the equipment that I need to kick ass and survive and not let the zombie get to me. But unfortunately, I lost all my family member and I'm like all alone, which explains my moment of why I'm blindfolded, because I'm like in this moment of paralysis. Like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. So I'm in quite a predicament, unfortunately. That would be very sad if I'm actually like the last person left in the world. It's just like I have no other things to live for if I actually lose all my family and everybody in a zombie apocalypse. Okay, immediate challenge. Okay, what is my conflict? What stops me from getting what I want? Alright, so we got the 3 of hazards. So, 3 of hazards. That's 3 of pentacles, I believe. So, it looks like I managed to locate a band of people, or just kind of like banded together with a group of people, and then we kind of sort of created this little community together. We kind of like, joined forces to survive. Maybe other survivors, maybe other people who lost their family, and seeing that I have weapons, maybe they're just like, hey Kim, wanna like be a group and just like keep each other safe, etc. And I said yes. And being sort of like a whimsical, quirky bunch, we kind of find like lighthearted moments in this world of terror. We like there's this like half this corpse here that's like half the body is cut off, and we were just like, hey, like that could totally be our pet, because it's absurdly funny the fact that we are sort of, the world is overrun by zombies and we have like a little pet in our yard. It's almost like a piece of horror and a piece of that just absurdity in our backyard. So we kind of just like banded together, and then we're just enjoying like little sparkles moments of horror / humor, and kind of just like getting by. And then I think our bonds are really strong because we're all survivors. And yeah, so things are looking okay. Again, nothing dramatic. Just doesn't seem like my story is dramatic, but then I'm not really a dramatic person. That is my phone going off, just ignore. Alright, so third card is my darkest moment. So let's see if any real shit goes down this time in my story. Okay. So I got 7 of Wands. And so I think my two other companions are just like all the other people in my group. They somehow betrayed me, and I got bitten by a zombie, and I turned into a zombie, and I ate one of them out of hatred because they left me behind. And this other person who is like about to attack me, I think they got bitten by me as well, and they're just like in the process of turning into a zombie. So I'm just like, haha, look what you did to me, this is your own fault. So if we can't be humans together, let's be zombies together then. So I totally turned bitter and evil. And that is my darkest moment, which turned out to be Victoria's moment? I don't know. Okay, so next card is my path to light. How do I rise after my darkest moment? So, well, I triumph. I mean, I already turned into a zombie. Again! Can I just stay human this time? Or next time? But unfortunately, I'm already a zombie. So, my path to light. King of Wands! So, I am the leader of the local zombie horde, and decided to make a leader and king, queen, supreme leader of myself, kind of just trying to manage this like zombie life, and by using ingenious methods to cope with the decaying parts of our body, creating inventions to better the livelihood of zombies. This is kind of turning into my last story. I also kind of was like, trying to work for the collective, like the collective well-being of zombies. So, but this time I think I'm taking a more creative approach. Maybe I start a business of fixing your limbs, and become like an entrepreneur, which is, what I'm doing right now as an alive person. Last card, how does my story end? So, this story seems relatively peaceful. There's no slaughter except in chapter 3, or the third card. where I ate my companions because they betrayed me first. So it's their own fault. Okay, how does my story end? 8 of Swords. So I think I turned totally evil in this story. Since I need fresh limbs to better the zombie folk, I think I ended up harvesting humans that I'm kind of like, you know, kind of like the computer or the AIs from Matrix. So I ended up like capturing humans so I could harvest their organs or limbs for parts. And kind of just like expanding and furthering the zombie empire in this grotesque, disturbing, and ingenious way. And yeah, so I become the horror itself. Alright, so that's my zombie tale. That's my zombie story. It's much more sinister than the story from last year, which is kind of fun because last year I don't think I actually ended up killing anyone, but in this story I did. So not only is my family dead, but I ate my comrades. I also harvest humans. It's the ultimate dystopian horror movie, and I'm a little creeped out by how I turn out, but you know, just for fun. And yeah, that's my story. Let me know what your story is if you decide to embark on this journey. It lists a little story activity. Doesn't have to be very long, but you know, just for fun, and allow your evil imagination just like run free. Maybe it'll be a cathartic experience. Maybe you'll have an epiphany of some sorts. Maybe it'll be a great moment of release of all your pent-up fears and stress for the past you know, just throughout the year. And my hair is so dry in the winter, like, oh my god, like this is my first time being like a conscious long haired person in winter, and it's so dry, like, oh, no matter how much I condition it, it's just like it's just freaking dry. And blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. Please join in on the zombie story. Let me know how your zombie apocalypse goes, and stay spooky. And until next time, be the hero of your own story, keep calm and panda on, and stay spooky. I already said that, but stay spooky because it's Halloween.